Oh boy, it's the video game that we're playing today. Let's read the introductionary text, because there's some introductionary text we need to read first. You beans! Letter to Rebecca Lansing, Tri-Optimum Anti-Terrorist Consultant, from James Shax, Director of Internal Security and Tri-Optimum Corporation. Date, 4th of November, 2072. Mrs. Lansing, or Miss Lansing. Your plan sounds like the best we can hope for. However, I am uncomfortable with the odds. Employee 2-461 must reach the command center bridge 8 floors above the healing suite and move past armies of security robots and mutants to get the master cyberspace terminal. Furthermore, Shodan, the sentient hyper-optimized data access network, is able to restrict security access to the elevator's doors and controls. Some of these locks can be broken in by cyberspace or by rewiring the lock mechanisms. There might even be some benefit to destroying the computer nodes and security cameras. However, the employee can simply not find enough time. In the worst-case scenario, we estimate that Shodan will capture the patient in less than 7 hours. Shodan is moving swiftly on the offensive. We are dealing with an intelligence stripped of ethical limitations. What the hell? Which has the potential to invoke mass destruction. In transmission received today, Shodan promised to raise the cities of Earth and reform life in my image. If we fail to check the progress of this malignancy, there's liable to be much more at stake than a public relations embarrassment for our company. We may, quite possibly, be placing the fate of our civilizations in the hand of a person whose name we don't even know. Letter from Rebecca Lansing to... Oh no, it's another one to her. About a day later. Miss Lansing, the Citadel Station incident is potentially devastatingly embarrassing for our company, but with your record in quelling terrorist problems in the past, the board believes that you are eminently capable of bringing a tidy end to the situation. I have placed my staff entirely at your disposal to provide you with all the materials necessary for your work. We are, of course, grateful for your expert assistance, and we trust that this can be solved as quietly and swiftly as possible. Since our last communication, I've collected all the information for you, which includes the following. The incident report, a chronological event, survivors, and an email memo from Tina Lewis, the Tri-Optimum Cyberspace Operations. I pray that you find the attached document useful. Okay. Quite a lot of lore right out of the gate. It's the incident report. The following information is confidential, was made on November the 2nd, so this was 3 days before that last email. January the 2nd, 2071, Shodan, okay. Basically, Shodan gets installed, then about, like, a couple of months, like 9 months later in September, 9 September, aberrant behavior starts to show, and they want to get rid of Shodan. The next day, the administrator is told to leave. Replacement order is rescinded. Oh, so they send away the administrator and don't get a new one. About 16 days later, on the 26th... Oh, no, it's not... Yeah, it's 9th of September, like, 2072, so it's like a year and 9 months later. Woo. So, like, 21 months later. 26th of September, 2072. An experiment in the biolabs causes some genetic mutation. The science computer is scheduled to go down for inspection. The next day, the researchers are complaining of a strange illness, thought to be contaminated with the experimental virus. 3 days later, the maintenance is flooded with repair orders for defective robots and systems. Technicians cannot explain the speed for loss. A couple of days later, so the 2nd of October, security system detains crew members as people become infected and they start to get weird. The 6th of October, other crew members complain of inexplicable illness. The mutagen-contained researchers are listed in critical condition. Quarantine is initiated. The experimenters are missing the next day. 5 medical staff are mutilated. Security reports that the army has been ransacked. The 9th of October, a riot erupts in research. Interesting. I imagine the research deck or something. Some members of the barricade themselves in the place. Sends a military transport. Reports are hushed to prevent public embarrassment. The 10th of October, the transport is shot down and destroyed by station defenses due to bizarre software malfunction. No shuttles are allowed to enter or leave the flight deck. Okay, so that no one can enter the flight deck until they've done their inspections of the hardware and software diagnostics. 3 days later, 13th of October, Shodan announces its intention to control all life on the board of the station. Communications are shut off. 1st of November, a brief transmission is received from the survivors describing a massacre, and that's it. Alright. The sole transmission that we received from the survivors on the 1st of November reports that Shodan is using the station's security and defensive systems for human eradication. It is doubtful that whoever sent this transmission is still alive. We know that the security robots are sweeping the corridors to exterminate the remaining crew. However, there's one crew member they won't find. I found the following medical report on a surviving patient in a now healing suspension in the medical treatment. This employee 2-4601 received surgical implants several months ago and is scheduled to revive in just a few days. I can't find any further information on this employee except that the operation was authorized by Vice President Edward Diego. Diego was implicated in a computer security cover-up a month ago, but no arrest was made due to lack of hard evidence. Our mystery patient may have been working undercover for Diego without authorization. We believe that Shodan has no knowledge of the patient's revival and does not likely perceive it as a threat. This person may be our key to defeating Shodan. What makes him so special? In the operation, a neuroenhancement device was implanted, giving our friend many advantage in exploring the station and discovering what happened there. Getting in contact through the jamming will be a challenge, but a limited one-way correspondence will still be feasible. I got a term working on it. Medical record XS-567, surgery report form. Fixing you better than you were before. Performed on unidentified employee, performed on the 6th of May that year, which is before Shodan went weird, which would explain why Shodan wouldn't know. Procedure neuroimplant computer interface allowed it to plug into cyberspace or receive data from cybernetic device and hardware attachments. Result, successful installation patient put in healing coma, awakened in 6 months on the 16th of November. Current location, hospital floor, floor 1, quadrant gamma, healing pod 2, authorized by Edward Diego, the Vice President in Marketing? Finally, we have a memo from Rebecca Lansing. No, memo to Rebecca Lansing. From Tina Lewis. We can manage a very quick communication with the Citadel stations, with Citadel stations cyberspace, perhaps long enough to plant several files or programs. Beyond that, we risk Shodan detecting our presence and jamming communications. We're preparing a window for you to install about a dozen messages, which I will. Oh, says Shodi knows. Frankly, it makes me nervous to be putting so much faith in an unregistered employee who was probably in on the scandal with Diego. Go, Diego, go. So, I can't suggest anything better. I wish our sleeping friend the best of luck, and hope that the neural implant is as impressive as you make it sound. Nice! So consider that your preparatory watching